What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast and I am recording this video from a friend's house, so do ignore the backdrop or maybe admire the backdrop, up to you, but I've got some battles submitted to the channel by the very best O2, who is running a triple stink theme team with Garbodor, a literal pile of garbage, Skuntank, which is obviously a skunk, and Galarian Linoone, which does also look like a skunk, although I do believe it's supposed to resemble a badger. I don't know, let's not get too nitpicky with it. It's still a very cool theme team. Now, this team stinks in the literal sense, but hopefully it doesn't also stink on the battlefield. Before we get into the battles, let's start with the question of the day. What's the most underrated poison type Pokemon for the Go Battle League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going straight into this first battle, we see a Sableye in the lead, so we're going to save swap straight away as we do have two dark types in the back. The opponent's staying in, maybe they don't have a direct response to Skuntank, so we go for a crunch, they let it go through, and we should be able to poison jab farm them down. We just need to call, are they full sending the nuke? No, we call the bait, very nice. They come in with Medicham, and this is great to bait out the Medicham, because Galarian Linoone, like Obstagoon, is double weak to counter, and it would get absolutely shredded by those counters from Medicham. We're going to come in with the Garbodor. We kind of need to shield this, respect the Psychic. It's just an Ice Punch bait, unfortunately, but we're going to farm, go for a Body Slam, making sure we get it off before they get to another charge move, but the opponent does use a shield, so we're probably going to have to double shield here. We can't afford to let this move go through. It is a Psychic this time, so that's great. We're going to overfarm. The opponent goes for a catch. Nice play, but we don't throw. They go for a foul play straight away. We can now swap into Galarian Linoone, get a full Snarl farm down, and they'll only make it to another foul play. So we can safely let this go through. Of course, we have no shields remaining anyways. And the opponent's actually going to come in with a Charizard, and they're running Fire Spin. And by the way, I think these battles were submitted at the start of the season, so this probably is before rank 20, so bear that in mind. But we go for a Body Slam. It does quite a lot of damage, to be fair. They do make it to a charge move, unfortunately, on the CMP tie. But it's just a Dragon Claw bait, and we do survive that. We can get off our Body Slam, and this will be taking out the Charizard. We swap back into the Garbodor. We make it to a Body Slam. Could have even gone for the Gunk Shot there, but Body Slam is easy enough to take out the Medicham, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see Dedenne in the lead, so good matchup in terms of typing, although it's very risky to go for that Gunk Shot and then have it shielded, so I imagine we're going to farm to the Gunk Shot and then go for a Body Slam. Honestly, the opponent probably has no idea what moves this Garbodor can run anyway, so I don't think he probably need to charge that much, but we do shield up the discharge, and now we're going to go for a Gunk Shot just before they make it to a final discharge. And it does connect, it one-shots Dedenne, and they come in with Azumarill, so running ABA Fairy for some reason. Interesting team lineup here. We go for another Gong Shot, but the opponent has seen it now, so they do respect the damage. We're going to come in with our Skuntank, and we should be looking pretty good here. Although we are running Flamethrower and Crunch, so we don't hit for any meaningful damage with the charge moves. For some reason, we swap and we catch an Ice Beam just to shield it anyways, so not really sure about this play whatsoever, but we're going to be able to farm and get to another Gunk Shot, this time on the Linoone, and even though it's non-stab, Gunk Shot takes out Azumarill. They come in with Obstagoon, so it's a battle of the Zigzagoon family. We make it to a Body Slam before we go down, and that is going to be crucial here, as now I think we only need to make it to a Flamethrower. This opponent clearly not running Hyper Beam, as they go for a charge move straight away, just a Cross Chop. We should live a second Cross Chop, even if the Flamethrower doesn't take them out. And it actually doesn't quite take them out, but like I said, we will live this and we will be able to take them out with the Poison Jab that went through, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Nidoqueen in the lead, so a Pokemon you don't really see too often anymore, but kind of going to cause this team a few issues. We go for a Body Slam, the opponent doesn't respect the damage, and we are going to shield up the Earth Power at the last second, and that's great because that would have taken us out. We're going to overfarm massively and now go for a Body Slam, although we did throw on alignment, which is not ideal, and that means they can now get to another Earth Power. At this point, we're going to let it go through. It's a Poison Fang bait, so great call there. We can now go for a Body Slam. We should be able to win the initial matchup here, and the opponent does let it go down. We're going to full send the gunk shot here. I think this might be our only win condition. And gunk shot does connect. It does huge damage to the Medicham. It puts them into range where we can farm them down with just poison jab damage alone. So we're going to let this move go through. Just a power-up punch bait. The opponent has given up already, and it's an Azumarill in the back, so that makes sense. They're just going to concede the match there. Into next game, we see a Trevenant in the lead. Once again, got two Dark types in the back, so we do safe swap, and the opponent responds with a Registeel. We're running Flamethrower, so this is actually a matchup we might be able to flip in the 2-shield scenario, but let's see. Flamethrower only does about 60% of their health, maybe a little bit less. They go for a Zap Cannon, and unfortunately it does debuff our attack, but we're now going to go for a Crunch bait here, and Crunch does grab a shield. No debuff with that Crunch, unfortunately, but the opponent overfarms, allowing us to get to another Crunch, and Crunch grabs the final shield. It's actually a CMP tie, which is huge. We're going to shield now, and we should be able to outpace them, but they swap into Galarian Stunfisk, and this is really unfortunate. This team honestly does not do very well up against Steel type, so the fact that we're seeing a double Steel type team is not ideal whatsoever, and for some reason we come in with our Garbodor. We cannot hit this thing for any damage whatsoever, and they will be able to easily nuke us with an Earthquake here before we even get to a second Body Slam as well. Earthquake does take us out, unfortunately. We now come in with the Galarian Linoone, and I don't think there's any way we can win this game here, but let's see. They go for an Earthquake. It does big damage. They now swap back into Trevenant, and honestly, Seed-Bomb probably takes us out. Yeah, it does, and yeah, we don't even make it to a move on the Skuntank, so unfortunately just a very difficult team to take on there. But into the next battle, we see a Abomasnow in the lead. We swap into Galarian Linoone, and unfortunately, even though we're a Dark type, I think we probably lose this match because we don't have any charge moves to hit for any meaningful damage here. We go for that Gunk Shot, and Gunk Shot, it just does not do too much damage, although these snarls are already adding up, and we do triple resist the Hex damage, so that is something. Hex is probably only doing 1 damage, so they're never going to be able to farm us down. We go for a Body Slam. That doesn't take them out, but we can probably now shield and get the full snarl farm down, but no, we let them take us out with that Surf, and we get a massive Infestation farm down. They now come in with Defense Form Deoxys. I can't imagine they shield this, so we go for the Gunk Shot. It does big damage there, and now we go for a Body Slam. We make it just in time before they get to a Psycho Boost, and Body Slam grabs the shield. We don't go for a catch or anything. We are going to shield this up. It's just a Rock Slide, but that's fine. Gonna overfarm, going for another Body Slam up against the Defense Form Deoxys, and the opponent does let it go through. They come back in with the Abomasnow, and that's going to be game over. They don't know yet, but we've got a Skuntank in the back, which will absolutely destroy the Abomasnow. So we're going to let this move go through. Weather Ball takes us out, and at this point, it's game over. We could even let this move go through. No, we do shield up the Weather Ball. Doesn't matter, a second Weather Ball won't take us out, but we do make it to a Crunch anyways, and Crunch will easily take out Abomasnow, and we take that game. Into the next game, we see Medicham in the lead. This is pretty good for us because it's where we want to see it, or essentially we want to keep it away from the Galarian Linoone. Gonna shield up, it is the Psychic, so that is great. We're now gonna go for a Body Slam bait. We farmed up to so much energy here, and we actually grab a shield as well, which is huge. We now go for a Gunk Shot. They catch it onto Noctowl, but that's fine. Gunk Shot does big damage, and now we swap into our Galarian Linoone, knowing that it has an awful matchup up against that Medicham, so I do like this swap. We go for a Body Slam, and at this point they're in range where we can snarl, farm them down, and actually come out with a decent amount of energy. So they go for a Sky Attack here. We get the snarl farm down. We have a Body Slam loaded, and they come back in with Medicham. We go for the Body Slam straight away, and Body Slam will actually grab the final shield for some reason. Unfortunately, they do counter farm us down, but that's fine. Are we going to use our final shield here? No, Psychic does take us out, and now we've got to hope that this Skuntank can take out whatever is in the back. We let it go through. It's just an Ice Punch. I do like this no shield play here. We go for the Crunch. Hopefully this takes out the Medicham. It barely doesn't, but they don't make it to another Ice Punch, and they have got a Shadow Charizard in the back. We make it to the Crunch, and Shadow Charizard is so glassy that a Crunch will take them out, and we take that game. Into the next battle, yet another Medicham in the lead. Looks like we lagged at the start there. Not sure if that was just visual or if we did actually miss out on a few fast moves there. But we swap, trying to catch a Psychic. Unfortunately, we don't catch it, but the opponent does use some of their energy. And then they swap into Shadow Gramble. Very interesting play, but because of that Ice Punch chip damage, they will be able to shield once and farm us down, although we've got them very low already. Gonna go straight for that Body Slam here. Just make sure we get rid of them before they get to a charge move. They come back in with the Medicham, and once again, gonna be going for that hard-hitting Gunk Shot. And it does connect, it nearly one-shots them, and at this point we're going to shield, we will get that Infestation through, we'll be able to farm them down, and they've got a Powder Snow, a load of Ninetales in the back. And, I don't like this play here. I think we should just full send the Gunk Shot. The opponent lets it go through, unfortunately, which is really, really bad for us. Now we should be shielding. I think we should swap out instantly into our Linoone. But no, now we full send the Gunk Shot. I don't know about this, because now they do end up shielding, and they can make it to a Dazzling Gleam in time. It's probably the Dazzling Gleam already. It is. It one-shots us, and now we don't even make it to a Body Slam. They get to another charge move, and this will easily take us out. And we do lose that game, unfortunately. But into the next battle, we see a Pidgeot in the lead. We're going to swap out because, of course, Infestation is resisted, so they would probably shield the first move and then just debuff us. So we go for a crunch here, and these Poison Jabs are kind of chunking. Going to call that it's just a Feather Dance, and it is, of course. Pidgeot loves to bait, and they swap into a Fire Spin Blaziken. Unfortunately, we've only got resisted charge moves, but does the opponent know that? They do not. They end up shielding, even though we were double debuffed as well. We come in with our Garbodor. Are we going to call a bait here? No, we don't, and they do end up baiting, which is unfortunate. And now they get to another charge move, and it is just another Blaze Kick, so that's fine. We go for a Body Slam here. We did lose the CMP tie. Body Slam does barely not take them out, and we actually snipe them with our Linoone. I forgot they were running Fire Spin there, but they come back in with the Pidgeot. We're going to go straight for a Body Slam, get this damage off before they can debuff us. They actually let it go through. Of course they did. They've got no shields. What am I talking about? But here, we are going to call the Brave Bird. Huge call. They come in with Empoleon, but this is not looking good. We should not have CMP tied there. I don't know what we were thinking, but Hydro Cannon takes us out, and there's just no way we win this anyways, so we will concede the match there. Into the next battle, we see a Jellicent in the lead. Gonna swap into our Skuntank. The opponent tries to catch a move, but they gave us a massive energy advantage, so we might be able to flip this, or at least grab a shield advantage, and we do grab that shield. We make it to another crunch up against the Medicham, and the opponent is going to let it go through, and at this point I think we might just shield and farm them down. No, we let the Ice Punch go through actually, and can we get the farm down anyway? We simultaneously KO, so this is going to be, well, the opponent comes in very, very early, so it makes our life a lot easier. We can come in with the Linoone, and unfortunately once again we don't have any charge moves to hit them for neutral damage, but they swap into their Noctowl, so now we can just offload Body Slam after Body Slam, and now we're going to swap into Garbodor. And I've actually only just realized that Garbodor and Linoone have the exact same charge moves. What? How have I not noticed that yet? But anyways, we are going to probably let this move go through. And it is the Sky Attack. Now we're going to go for a Body Slam spam, and we will be able to spam these Body Slams so fast. We get to one. Actually, no, we're just going to go for the Gunk Shot, full sending the nuke. All shields are now down. It takes out the Noctowl, and we will force the opponent to throw their energy soon. So we're going to let this move go through. Obviously, Body Slams from Galarian Linoone would do more damage, but they're double resisted. So this is the right play, going for the Gunk Shot. It's going to be very close, but I think we still live a Surf here, and that's fine because obviously the Hex won't get us into range for a Surf, so we should be able to make it to yet another Gunk Shot, and this will easily be enough to take out the Jellicent, and we're able to take that game. And into what I believe will be the final battle of this video, we lead into a Swampert. Not ideal, although we could actually run Seed Bomb on Garbodor, so the opponent might respect the damage, and they do respect the damage there just from a Body Slam, so that's amazing for us. Are we going to call a bait here? We do, and we live the Hydro Cannon, and we get off a Body Slam, but the opponent does catch onto probably a Noctowl. Yes, it is a Noctowl. We can now come in with our Skuntank, knowing that it doesn't do too well up against that Shadow Swampert. They go for a Sky Attack, we'll let it go through, we'll be able to get to a crunch, we're going to overfarm massively, throwing on a CMP tie, very nice play, and this crunch will be enough to take out the Noctowl, and we will be able to get to another crunch up against Swampert. Sorry, I just did a little burp there. But no, they actually come in with the Pidgeot instead. We go for the crunch, they let it go through. We get the defense drop, and at this point, I think we come in with our Linoone, shield the move, and then just swap into our Garbodor. Oh wow, we actually go for the catch anyways. That's way better than what I was thinking. And we caught the Brave Bird as well. That's absolutely huge. And now we can go for a Body Slam spam. This first one does grab the shield, and honestly, with the Snarl damage, we might get them into range where Body Slam will actually be enough to take them out here. So gonna shield the Hydro Cannon, go for the extra Snarl. I like this play. Gonna let the next Hydro Cannon go through. Obviously, a Brave Bird will do more damage, so I do also like this play. We now go for the Body Slam. It takes out the Swampert. We make it to yet another Body Slam, and this should be enough damage from this range to take out the Pidgeot, and we take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And as for my opinion on the question of the day, this might be cheating a little bit, but I'm going to go with Salazzle now. It's hard to say if it really is underrated or if people just don't have access to this Pokemon, so they literally can't use it, but I do really enjoy using it. It's a bit of a glass cannon, so it's kind of up my street, but I do think it is genuinely really strong. So if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.